What's up with the YouTube? What up, Mackies? What's going on? Hopefully, you guys got a chance to check out the premiere part 4 on the Blue Channel. We got up to about 200 people, but wasn't active in the chat or anything like that. Appreciate it if you guys start watching the videos more, liking the videos more, and commenting more. It would really help the channel gain traction again. Shout out to the 42 people that recently signed up. We over 60,000 now on the Black Channel. The Blue Channel still growing. We got 300 new viewers on the Blue Channel. So shout out to those that watch both the Blue and the Black Channel. Baby E, what up? Bam is apparently home. A lot of people knew before I knew. I haven't gotten no notifications from Bam, but I do see, his little thumbnails. And he was in the comment section on the Blue Channel today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up with it, though, y'all? Brian Hurst Most Wanted. What up? Tammy Mosley. What up with you, Tammy? Michael Hawkins, Wild Bunch, 11 Deuce. What up? Bam been going live like crazy. Oh, man. I don't know who out doing who, Bam or Sag with the live. Well, at least you get to see what they're doing all day, every day, right? Southside, what up, homie? What's going on? Tori Thompson, what up? GRL, what up? But, I like part 5 for some reason. We'll wait and see how you guys take to it, but part 5 seemed like the best part to me. It's the most attractive to me, and I'm going to tell you why, in short. Because he answers the question more directly, and it's all about cripping. Like the whole 30 minutes is about this crip thing. So he named at least 4 of the factors of the Crips back in the days, and he talks about structure and unity in its original form. I haven't finished putting it together, so I don't know when it'll be. Probably might not be tomorrow. Might not be the next day, but it'll be soon. It'll be before August is up. We got about, 6 days left in August, so I'll get that up. Your current series is all of that in a bag of chips. Thanks, Tori Thompson. Thank you. Appreciate it. Watch District, what up? G-Rock, long time no see. Rodney Scott, what up with it? Tony Moore, what up with it? Tony Moore was blessed with a wrench on the Blue Channel today. He's been around quite a while. He's been a supporter of the channel, and he wanted to know why he didn't have a wrench. God damn it, the Blue Channel is special. The Blue Channel is of high esteem. And you're known on the Black Channel, not the Blue Channel. But welcome to the Mod Crew. Tony Moore on the Blue Channel. And you up late, man. You usually don't be up so late, man. Kev, you been out doing the old you on YouTube lately. I went to LA for the funeral, my homie's funeral. They released the body cam and the actual footage of the shooting yesterday on ABC News. So it's not the way you want to remember your close homeboy. But so when I went to the funeral, I was able to grab Jimmy Lavender and Denifu. So that's all you see. So it shows that I'm willing to do the work when I'm able to travel, when I'm able to be able to get back to the homeland, right? I feel like I was elevated to MLB from AAA. That's right. It's a good comparison. Jay Wood, thanks for the comments, homie. Been a long struggle the last 2.5 years trying to come out of it, but life always have its obstacles, and I try to tell you guys. Seem like a lot of people that watch don't listen. I don't live in California. And I haven't had transportation in 12 months. So my wife said no tonight, so it's KMV. At your age, your wife should say no all the time. Or maybe it's not the wife. It might be you who shouldn't want it all the time, man. It gets tough on you, brother. But that's good if she can still turn you on every night, man. Shout out to you and your wife, man. A lot of women ain't gonna turn you on every night on me. classic content. I'm glad people like it. I told you guys it was really good. You just have to shift through all the talking and the laughs and giggles and stuff like that. Um, Very informative. In part four, he kind of repeated at least two different things that he already talked about. The apartheid, Crips being revolutionary. But I like it. I like it. It's pretty good. But again, I think what's left, I think is better because it's more direct and it focuses basically on just one topic, the Crips. It's a good description of the Hills back in the day. It was heaven, the Needful interview, and is my new favorite cat. Yeah, a lot of people really already putting that in their top one, and normally it's the top five, right? Normally people say, that's cracked my top five, but a lot of people are saying this is their favorite so far. You got to keep in mind the Monster Cody's, Craig Monster, the Reballs. Those are some pretty good interviews, man. And so, yeah, man, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I know Salinas Valley State Prisoner really enjoyed it. So shout out to Salinas Valley State Prisoner and the rest of you guys that watched it live with me. The Caribbean connection was shocking to me with the gangs. Well, this is America. This is America. So people came to the United States as immigrants, man. Some of our parents, some of our grandparents. And it's funny because a certain nationality, a certain race of people in today's society seem to forget that they are kids of immigrants. But there's a lot of brown skin and black immigrants in America that recognize where they came from, right? It's just what we're dealing with and going through now in your mind, and the media kind of makes it seem like it's Mexicans and Haitians, right? But what up, Babyface? What up? Shorty McGriff said that interview with Mr. Needful was awesome. It's actually not over. It's still enough for another part. Still enough for part 5 and maybe enough to wrap it up, right? I don't think we wrapped it up though. We just suddenly ended it like I used to do my live streams. Like I'm about to do my live stream right now. All right, see y'all. Bye. I'm joking. I got a little Deniful humor up in me right now. Babyface, what it do, homeboy? Don't forget Bird and the Slauson. No, I love Bird's interview. I always say Bird's interview is like on a different level. Like it's hard to really put Bird's interview with these Crip and Blood interviews because he's citywide with his info and his what they call social clubs. Like they don't even refer to themselves as gangs and gang members. Although they, as you can tell, they pretty much birth avenues in the Crips along the Slauson corridor going south toward Watts. Michelle, what up with you? We just back for August. Like, we're going to go back into a drought when September gets here, right? Yeah, he went to Long Beach State and it's documented and he's known. He's known on that campus. Craig Munson was epic because he described the origins of the beginning before the Keyways and Damos. Right, absolutely. Tappin KM, sending mines from Salinas, Brown, Perez, started as social club. Chicano too, what up with it? Tony Moore, good looking up, Tony Moore. It's been a while. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know why the sound don't go off because the sound is on. Maybe I have that shit muted, but the sound is on. Hey, good looking out though, brother. Robert Richards, what up? Mike Pena, what up with it? Well, at least you guys got something to watch now. Glad, that I could help entertain y'all and chop it up with y'all, right? It'd be cool if Denifo knew how to come on over his phone, right? And we could do a live with him, right? That would be awesome, right? But like Warriors say, like and subscribe, you guys. Like and subscribe. So again, we got like 42 new subscribers on this channel and over 300 something on the blue channel. So welcome aboard, you guys. Welcome aboard. If you have some new questions, don't be afraid to ask. The majority of the people here are considered Mac heads because they just can't get enough. So we always hear these are our loyalists that you are amongst is here every night, every time I go live. So don't be afraid to ask questions. And don't be a hater like Eddie Boy. Like Eddie Boy never has anything positive to say. Unless I start talking about homosexuality and gangs in prison, then he'll agree. But he's a Giants fan, so he out of line right there. Then I believe he's a Dolphin fan. I mean, this dude he's different. Yeah, I'm different. Loner Wolf, what up with it? He gotta be like a Clipper fan. There's no way he could be a Laker fan, right? Gotta be a Clipper fan or a Boston Celtic fan, man. Michelle, what up with you? Oh man, what Keystone at, man? What Keystone? Keystone actually hit me up. Let me see if I can read his text. What Keystone said. Oh, a Knicks fan? That ain't that bad though. But yeah, Knicks are our rivals. But Knicks ain't bad. Let me see. How do I find my text messages, yo? Keystone says, I would like to talk about the current political climate once again some night. Any night, Keystone, just let me know, man. Get it together, man. Whenever you want to go live, I'll be here, I'll work around any schedule I may or may not have and accommodate you, man. See, the good thing about Keystone, and his video got like 4,500 views. I don't get 4,500 views on my live streams. But when Keystone came on, you got a lot of people that agree with him and a lot of people that disagree with him. That's the most unique thing when it comes to YouTube. If you can get a balance of your audience, right? As long as they're willing to tune in and listen, that's a good thing. Eddie in the house, but Kev haven't spoken on him. You want me to speak on Eddie? What do you want me to speak on, brother? Great suggestion, baby E. I missed it. CJ, what you think about that Rampage shit? I don't know anything about a Rampage shit. I do know something about you youngsters. When we try to educate, you guys don't listen. You guys are not receptive to an older dude just trying to school you on life, right? When I was a kid, I was that way. I didn't understand that your parents have more time on earth than you, and your parents are much wiser than you are. I say that to say we've been telling you guys, man, about these Olympics coming, and we talked about the need for peace amongst all the Crips and Bloods in LA, Crips first. A lot of people didn't like that. Well, what do we see going on now? We see Rico after Rico after Rico. These dudes doing these home invasions. The Harlems had already got hit, man. It was already these dudes doing these home invasions, these knock burglaries that got caught up a couple years ago and went to prison. And now we see it again. And now these youngsters that didn't listen, these youngsters that couldn't stop blowing their money like I did, going on wasted licks like I did. Now you got to sit your ass in prison like everybody else. Now you got to sit down, sit in prison because you could not stop and wait until after the Olympics because you did not take care of your money. You had to keep going. And now look, man, so I'm telling y'all, stop. Stop right now, man. The Olympics are once again here, and they're going to do everything they can. They meaning law enforcement, they meaning the government and local government, going to do everything they can to lock your ass up. They already know what we are doing. They know the hustles. They know the crimes being committed because they get called every time a crime happens. And nowadays, everybody got these Ring doorbells and shit. They got surveillance camera on top of light poles and stuff like that. So they know what we're doing already. It's all about when they want to catch your ass. It's all about when they feel disrespected because you continue to break laws right there in front of their face. And this shit is being put on the media and motherfuckers is going to Instagram and Facebook and bragging about these crimes. Y'all knock it off, man. Y'all knock it off, man. Prison ain't nowhere for us, especially in the 2000s. I mean, yeah, you get an iPad now and shit. You know what I mean? You get more commissary now. But, hey, cherish your freedom. Enjoy your freedom. Man, neighborhood legend Crip. They trying to sweep everybody's neighborhood. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Man, a mask don't even matter no more. I never use a mask. Because if a nigga gonna tell on you, he gonna tell on you anyway. Mask don't matter. He gonna be like, that was him. And they gonna blow your ass up and they gonna see your tattoos, they gonna see your skin color, they gonna see the way you walk, the way you run, and all that shit. And confirm that the snitch was accurate. Let me see. Been watching you for years. I'm unsubscribed. Bye. See you later. Nice enjoying you, homie. See you later. History just repeating itself. Absolutely. Did you ever talk to T. Rogers before he passed? Absolutely. You know, here I got a rule. Like, once you tell me you're unsubscribing, I help you. It's like getting kicked out somebody's front door. Like, I'll help you get out of here. Like, you don't have to worry about it. You only got to tell me once. I'll make sure you out of here. No complaint. You guys got to realize a couple things, man. Like, one, I'm not here to be famous. I'm not here to be a superstar, no #1 troll, none of that, right? I actually shield myself a lot. Like on the Blue Channel, you don't see my face, and you don't see me going live everywhere I go and everything I do, right? You know, even when I tell my stories, I put it on this channel, hoping I don't get too many views, right? So you got to realize that I don't give a fuck if you watch me or not, really. If you just somebody, if you wanted to, run of the mill. Number two, motherfucker, if you support this channel, I would know you. I don't know you, motherfucker. You got me on Cash App, screenshot me a Cash App. Very few people super chat. I don't have your phone number. We ain't took no flip. I don't know you. Go on about your business because you're not one of the loyalists on this channel. Go on about your business. You don't even have to tell me you unsubscribe. Just unsubscribe. The numbers will reflect if you watching or not watching. They have this thing called views. They have this thing that tells you how many subscribers you have, right? You feel me? So I'll know if somebody's gone. You know what I mean? No big deal, man. But trust me, if you just running the mill, you ain't doing nothing for me, man. You ain't doing a whole lot. So, it might hurt some of the other channels. My channel been at a low for 2.5 years because I haven't been putting in no work. So it's all good. See you. They definitely put the loop if they ain't been around since all hood publication. Absolutely. But even still, like, you can't blame people for not having a magazine, right? Because the magazine wasn't on YouTube. The magazine was really known just locally in a small area in the feds and in the state. Yeah, I might cry on me. I lost some subscribers. I lost some fucking subscribers, man. God damn it, I lost some subscribers, man. Fuck. Ask Uncle Buck if I give a fuck. Uh, but anyway, as much as they tried, never got Mac to crash out. I be wanting to crash out sometimes. It's just not my thing. It's too much energy. You know what I mean? It's just not that much energy, man. Where can you see the chicks online from my magazine? They're not online no more. You know what I mean? But I used to have an Instagram with them. It wasn't very popular, so I don't keep up with that stuff anymore. That magazine is old as hell, man. Some of them women, grandmothers now, they grandmoms and shit, man. Some of the ones that didn't have tattoos, they got tattoos on their foreheads and shit, man. So, it's different, man. Some of them was young and innocent, toes straight, nails done. Now they got fungus under their nails and shit like me. And toes crooked and shit from wearing them cheap high heels and shit. Bunions on their feet sticking way out, like, you know what I mean? All hood was passed around. Virginia penal system. Tony Moore, you a married man, you gonna smash one of them chicks out the main. I ain't mad at you, homie, but you know, give your wife a little more respect, homie. She might be watching, or you know, one of her family members may be watching. You never know watching K video. You know, my girl watch all the time. She see everything, shit. She think I got the same taste and the same charisma and aggressiveness as OSG said. Shotty Mac, what up, man? Those are the main ones that resubscribe. Oh, you can't resubscribe once I block you. You gotta go get a whole new YouTube handle if you want to come back here. Like I said, my point was, I'll help you unsubscribe. Send a salute to Mac by hitting the like button. It's free. Absolutely, it's free. You know what? If you want to unsubscribe, I'll help you unsubscribe. It's just that simple, man. If you feel like you need to tell me and tell the audience, that's cool too. Leave a comment when you do it. So your comment at least there. But not in the chat. Wrong time, wrong place. Oh my goodness. The funny part, like, okay, Shotty, you got a good point, right? You said those are the main ones that resubscribe. Now watch this. Let's go along with what you said. I had a handful, it's about 4 or 5 people that hit me up and told me that they quit watching. They quit watching, right? Because, you know, I wasn't putting up no content. And that's fair. You know, like if you not putting up pictures on Instagram, I'm not gonna follow you. So that's fair, right? These 4 or 5 brothers though told me that once they got in the YouTube universe and start looking at other channels, they had no choice but to come back. So you're right, Shotty. They will try and resubscribe. You're absolutely right. You know, my show is boring, long, drawn out, and boring and shit. But Dodgers in first place. Ain't no need in crashing out in first place. I'm not a Dave Roberts fan. Scorpio, Mac, leave that Buster be. You know, Scorpio, here's something I tried to teach you guys a long time ago. Like, I'm not naturally a talker. I'm not a big talker, right? This YouTube shit, getting in front of the camera, I force myself to talk. It's natural now. It wasn't always natural. It's natural now. But if I don't respond to the critics, if I don't respond to the haters, if I don't respond to the comments, we ain't gonna have no fucking content. I'll just be sitting in front of the camera, peeling out like I'm OG Cute. So, bro, just please give me that respect and let me respond to who and what I wish to respond to. Because I don't want to just be sitting in front of the camera. Some of you niggas is kind of weird and might pull out the baby oil and shit. You niggas go full P. Diddy mode on me and shit. So just let me do me. Let me do me. You know, let me do me. Would you do an interview with OG Gummy from Hoover? I once asked you guys this question. Who is Gumby? Now I'm aware of who he is. Not a whole lot's changed. No, I would not. No, I would not. I don't see the purpose. I don't see a reason. I don't. No. Sinbad, I took Detroit running on. All right, all right, all right. The dude that ran his car in the sand on the beach now talking shit to the cops. Dodgers, baby. Be cool, Kev. Stay down. Good brother. God bless. Raymond Harris. That name Raymond been coming up a lot lately. Raymond Potts, Raymond Burns, Raymond Cook, Raymond Washington. All right, all right, all right. I guess that's a nice name. Huh? All the Raymonds are riders, though. All the Raymonds are riders. You're right on. Goddamn, everybody left. I guess they really didn't like me telling dude to go on. You tripping, bro. Stay true to what you do and away from the fuckery. So how I'm tripping? How I'm tripping? Hey, kid, when was the first time you met Petey Wag? Petey Wag, like 84. 84. Uh, he had like a light blue 60-something Impala back then. Petey Wag was locked up with my brother and a few other homies from back then. Sup, homie? Could you do a story on Pharrell Patton? I don't know. Pharrell was the homie. I don't know where Pharrell's at right now. I know he had got a 3-strike life sentence. 3-strike life sentence, man. I know he was a pop locker. I know we had a verbal altercation in high school, but nothing physical. He grew up kind of with me, kind of with my brother. More so my brother now because Pharrell was older than me and getting in trouble before me. I don't know if I could come up with a story. White. Was it white? Why in my mind I remember it being light blue? It could have been white though. I'm wrong sometimes. It could have been white. You would know more than me. You would know more than me. Black Warrior Spirit. He was on Eileen that day. I might be confusing his rider with Lil Waco. Don't tell me Lil Waco's was white too. Michelle, my boy Eddie Boy had to put hands on Petey Wag. I guess things happen. Brothers fight. Brothers get into it. When was the first time you met Eddie Boy and Lil Eddie Boy? Lil Eddie Boy, I want to say went to West LA. Marlon knew him. Marlon, Lil Crazy Boy knew him and was hanging with him, not me. Big Eddie Boy, I think I met Big Eddie Boy probably 88, 88-ish, 89-ish. I'm going to say 88 at Cal's house, I believe. But, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. You said when I met him. I know him and Lil F-Bone had a thing going on like 84-ish, Lil F-Bone. And I remember, I believe, I'll leave it at that right there. Don't forget to tap that like button. Kev, you ever met OG Popeye from your hood? Yeah. I don't know if that's OG Popeye, but yeah, I know Popeye. Popeye, I know a Popeye. I believe that's the older Popeye. stayed in the valley somewhere, San Fernando Valley somewhere. That Papa. You know, it was another dude I met. I never seen him in the hood though. This dude called himself Grasshopper. I've been meaning to tell a grasshopper story. I just never got around to it. Probably because I didn't have a punchline. But I was in the county jail, man, in like '86, and again later on, and I and again later on, and I kept running across this old dude called himself Grasshopper from '60s. Just thought he was a claimer. Never thought there was any significance or truth to this dude. I'm like, why he always in jail? This nigga must be like the police trying to get some information out of him. Like a plant, like they planted him in jail. I was talking to Cuse one day, and Cuse asked me whatever happened to him. I'm like, what? You know, Grasshopper? And we got to talking, and it turned out to be the same guy. I didn't know Grasshopper was really legit. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know where he's at today. Kelmac, would you choose El Salvador or Uganda if you got deported? El Salvador. I would go to El Salvador. Black Word Spirit, good looking out, man. 31 minutes in. Twos and fews beat a bunch of ones and nuns. I appreciate you, man. Show that brother who unsubscribed what support looks like. So, Kev, the person who founded Pomona 357 was originally from LA. Yeah, AC Baba Louie talked about him all the time. Slim, they called him. Slim. Richard Miles, Figueroa Boy, one of the hardest dudes in LA gang history. He had dudes scared. He had real stomp down dudes that wouldn't fuck with him, right? And they was putting in work, right? And his family, a large family of guys. I want to say one of them is on my Figueroa Boys video. And they moved out to Pomona. And that family is responsible for the Trey 57, Simtown Gangster Crips. Do you got some good out-of-town stories? I subscribe and I like watching the story. Hey, Brandon, good looking out, man. You know, you lose one, you gain another. I don't really have no out-of-town stories, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I was never going out of town. I had never left California other than to work when they had the California fires up near the Oregon border. I was about 18 then. 1986, I was 18 years old then. But as far as like any family shit, gangbanging shit, dope shit, I wasn't going out of town when I was young. It wasn't until I got out of prison. My father is moving state to state. Recently, my sister living in Texas. Oh yeah, I forgot all about New York. I went to New York in '85. You're right. I forgot all about New York in '85. I might could pull out a story or two. It ain't gonna be no gangbang story though. Other than they used to say, man, y'all wildin' in Cali. That's how they used to talk. Y'all wildin' in Cali. Why brothers can't get along? What's with this blue and red? Because they like to wear red in the Bronx. Them dudes was in them sweatsuits and them leather jackets. What do they call it? Troop and all that other stuff back then. And they used to wear the red Kangos and shit. They was really into that type of shit back then. That red. You know, normally, like people that wear red, usually from a city that, you know, and they represent their home college team or professional team. But anyway, so I don't have no young gangbang stories for out of town, if that's what you're looking for. But I told a story about putting some cocaine in my ski jacket and going to Cincinnati, Ohio back in 1992. Right. Well, actually, it was 91 after we had the attempted murder in Inglewood. And then my son wasn't born yet. My son was born in the beginning of 92. So that's when I met Aaron Pryor out in Cincinnati, smoking like a choo-choo train. sitting outside begging for change. What was going on through the hood during the time? Was Lil Eddie Boy innocent during that time? Much respect to Joker and fam. I mean, like Benny Bang, Eddie Boy has a channel. He'll tell you what was going on with Lil Eddie Boy during that time and if he was innocent or not. As far as you giving respect to Joker and fam, anytime anybody loses family members to gang violence is tragic, disrespectful, hurtful. Nobody wants to go through that. I'm not going to sit here and say, that I would respect somebody based on what happened in that situation, if that's what you're saying. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, dude went on street gangs and admitted to raping girls and going and kidnapping and raping girls. Am I right or am I wrong? Did I hear it wrong or what? Sometimes I get some shit wrong. But I mean, that ain't cool. That could have been my daughter. Could have been my mother or my sisters, my cousins. Huh? Like, that's what you respect. I hope you don't have no females in your family. You know what I mean? Safeguard the women, man. Safeguard them, man. Safeguard them. So, I drive slow and leave distance. Life is a trip, man. I mentioned when Keystone was on here the other night. When Keystone was on here the other night, I said, gangbanging is a big hypocrisy. We are very hypocritical. And I don't know if being a hypocrite is just normal in this society. But we can love, like, and respect a dude no matter how foul he is, right? And I'm not talking about Joker. I'm just talking in general, gang members, Crips and Bloods, right? But then the next guy live the same way this dude lived or commit some of the same crimes this dude do, and we don't respect it. We don't like it. We don't embrace it. We don't put this guy on a pedestal. We don't look up to this dude, right? It's crazy the way we think, the way we act, and how we are biased for certain individuals, biased for your set, biased for your allies, and things of that nature. It's baby crazy, I would say. Selective politics. But I'll say this, man. I'll say this. Those guys in prison that push a line on sexual predators, that push a line on rapists and child molesters, regardless of their background and their politics, that's some stand-up shit. Because you don't want to set a precedent of that being cool. You don't want to set a precedent of this is how we should live our life. We already committed murders and all kind of serious, heinous crimes. But to condone somebody going out doing that, it could be your daughter, it could be your granddaughter, it could be your sister, your mama, your auntie. Gerald Solomon, what up? DK, what up? Being from up north, I was locked in with a lot of those cats. You document them. Good looking, man. Try to get some of the realest dudes or those with big names, you know what I mean? Old boy said Blackie wasn't from Denver Lane, but didn't Pookie Cutes already confirm that he was? Mm-hmm. Well, if you listen, he said a lot of people thought he was from Denver Lane because he went to school in the Denver Lanes. So you got to factor that in. When he's telling you, he's basically correcting them. He's basically setting the record straight when he says dude was not from Denver Lane. He knew him. He knew him as a kid. He went to school with him. He knows more than dudes that only known him for being with and telling on Tookie. You gotta decipher what you're hearing. I even talked to some other, I want to say Bonnie. I want to say Bonnie said he wasn't from Denver Lane. But they in that area out the hundreds and went to school over there and stuff like that. The Nefu knew him since he was 9 years old and attended school with him. So he said something about he was the reason why Blackie even went to Catholic school. Eddie Boy said he did that when he was younger. That's an excuse. I don't know what was going on in them dudes' time, man. Them dudes before my time, man. Even if it's 2 years, 3 years. I don't know what was going on. I wasn't into that. I always thought a woman could voluntarily give you her body if she wanted to. And if she didn't just throw it at you, you could talk to her. You could get in her ear. You could whisper sweet nothings in it. And you could get it that way. But then again, once again, I'd be a hypocrite just to even say how dudes were supposed to conduct themselves in a criminal lifestyle in the black underworld. And we've all made mistakes. At least I have. I've made mistakes, either knowingly or unknowingly. Shit happens, man. We was brought up in a criminal society, man. And everybody didn't grow up with a mom and a dad in the home or a grandmother close by that can teach you morals and standards to go along with your criminality. Like it's such a hypocrisy that we dwell, we live, we eat and sleep crime, but then we not supposed to do certain things. And I agree, some certain things you deserve to be disciplined. You deserve to be castrated. What was the first place you went to eat on your recent trip to LA? McDonald's. I told you I've been on this Mickey D kick, right? So when I got to LA, McDonald's. Then my auntie's house. Now, you know what? I didn't go to my auntie's house. Mickey D's first, and then me and my girl was out there. We went to the Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory, Marina Del Rey. Right over there where you see Eddie Boy and them in the building over in Marina. Right there. I was looking for Eddie Boy. I joked with her and I yelled out, Eddie Boy, where you at, cuz? Because I thought he might hear me. Kim Mack, seeing your brother this past weekend has always amazed me on how short some of the OGs are. Then again, I'm 6'3". I was about to say my brother is just like a half inch shorter than me. He 5'11". For sure he 5'11". But yeah, did you know him before you seen him? Like, where you know him from? Do you know him from YouTube, or do you know him from the streets, prison? What? OG Steve, what content is king? Good looking out, Steve. Good looking out. I agree. I agree, DJ. I don't know if the code should be enforced on the streets or in the gang, but it should be enforced in prison, and it should be a moral standard anytime you're involved in these street organizations. You see, Denifu said back when they started, you couldn't rob nobody's mama and shit. You couldn't be out there committing certain crimes. They enforced rules back then. They had a little structure in the beginning. But then it went haywire. It got wild and got out of control. You got too many dudes that's being recruited. You got too many different sections that fall up under different leaders. That's what he's talking about at the end of part 4, when he talks about Barefoot Pookie and them came along with a different ideology. And he say it didn't work. It could have worked. It should have worked. But anytime you start expanding like that, man, and spreading like wildfire, it's hard to contain a hot fire. Especially when you steady throwing grease and firecrackers in that fire. Shit will tend to explode. Nah, DJ, once again, homie, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And if I was to speak on it, I'm sure I would be the minority. They don't talk about that type of shit in public, right? They lead you to believe a level 4 got the hardest niggas ever and push the hardest politics. And you can't do this, that, and the other. I've mentioned this before. A lot of those same dudes. I'm not saying every dude on a level 4, but I'm saying a lot of dudes on the level 4 end up on the level 3. A lot of dudes on the level 3 end up on the level 2. So you got level 4 dudes that's so indoctrinated with structure and being hard. What happens when they come to a level 3 and a level 2? Because you're not a level 4 nigga no more. What you were doing on a level 4, you're not doing on a level 3 and level 2 no more. You're not doing out here on the streets no more. So I always, when people tell me about a level 4, level 5 type nigga, right? I just be like, that was you when you was on that yard. But that ain't necessarily make you tough or harder or better than anybody else. You know, I always said the black culture is so twisted that if you haven't been to prison, we look at you different. If you get a college education and you're a gang member or you from the streets, we look at you different. When you move up out of Compton, Watts, and South LA to a nicer area, bigger home, bigger square feet, we look at you different. Remember, there was a rap song, Yelling Compton, but you move to Riverside. Like, we want people to be stuck in a small little area with these small set of rules that aren't enforced, or you ain't shit. You a buster. You ain't black no more. It's crazy, right? That's why I don't really like to really get into this, because I'll be the minority. People don't talk about this, and then people start looking at me side-eye, which I don't care, but I don't want people to be mad at me for exposing the inner dealings of our culture. And it's not just gang bang, it's black people that come from South Los Angeles and surrounding areas. So, man, look, as far as MT said, they say the level 4 nowadays aren't the same as it was back then, even the level 2. Listen, people told me a level 2 wasn't shit, right? Level 2 is soft. Ain't no drama on a level 2. Homie, there was several people killed on the level 2 yard I was on. Ain't nobody got killed when I was on the level 3, although I wasn't there long. I went from reception to a 3 to a 2. Ain't nobody got killed on that level 3. They have knives on every level. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. People would say things to make them seem harder or tougher, or seem more than you. People just say shit. Guess what? When you on that front porch drinking your 40 ounce and your khakis and t-shirt, you sitting amongst level 1, 2, 3, and 4. All y'all ain't on the same level. All y'all didn't have the same cases. All y'all didn't do the same amount of time in prison. All y'all don't have the same education. All y'all don't have the same background, period. So I'm going to get up out of here, y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and thank Tony Moore and Black Warrior Spirit, man. Y'all have a blessed night. Hope you continue to enjoy the series on the Blue Channel. When I have time and finish working on a part 5, I'll upload it for another premiere. Maybe in a day or two. More likely a day, but we never know. Can we get 30 minutes on the sports channel? Man, I already explained to you, DJ. I really can't, DJ. I can't, homie. But I do owe you one. How about this, DJ? Let's agree right now to go live tomorrow on the sports channel. Give me a time, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock. Give me a time, DJ, and I'll grant you your wish. And hopefully get the channel back going. Tell me right now, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock tomorrow. Just give me a time, and I'll make sure I'm available. Corcoran shoe term. I had a lot of homies in Corcoran shoe. Tehachapi shoe seemed like a lot of top notch black and brown was a Tehachapi shoe. You don't really hear a whole lot of people talk about Tehachapi shoe. I think because it was a newer shoe, new program in Tehachapi. Looking forward to the next interview. Ain't no next interview, Tammy. You mean part 5? DJ, what you waiting on, huh? All right, text me, DJ. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Peace.